Some of you out there might remember that a little while back I posted a video where I said I had come into a little bit of money through some good fortune that I wasn't expecting and I wanted to spend some of it on a new gun. Then I went on to say, do you think I should buy a Tavor or should I buy a Colt King Cobra revolver? I was having a little bit of trouble deciding which one I wanted to get. I've always kind of wanted a Tavor, but I have an AUG, so I don't think I really need one, but I kind of want one. And I used to have a Colt King Cobra, but I sold it like an idiot, and I don't have one in my collection anymore. In fact, it's the only stainless steel Colt revolver that I don't have. But like I said, I was really torn on which one to get, so I posted a poll. Now, when I posted that poll, I kind of broke it up into a couple different categories. I asked people that were over 40 what they thought I should get, and people that were 40 and under what they thought I should get. I thought surely the younger people would say get the Tavor, because you know the young guys, they love the bullpups and the battle rifles, and the older guys, they like revolvers. Revolvers are far more popular with old guys. Well, except for, Mac from the Military Arms channel. He's an old guy that likes the Tavors and the battle rifles, etc. So some old geezers do like that modern stuff, but that's not the way it usually goes. Well, when I got the results, they were kind of the opposite of what I thought. Now, both groups of people did say, get the King Cobra. People said, get the King Cobra, it's a cooler gun. But in the older group, which I thought would overwhelmingly vote for the King Cobra, they just barely did. It was neck and neck. It was almost 50-50. I think the King Cobra won by like 6 votes out of a couple of hundred votes. Actually, I think about 500 votes. In the group of people under the age of 40, the Tavor was still edged out by the King Cobra, but by a lot bigger margin. A lot bigger percentage of the people under 40 voted for the King Cobra than did the people over 40. Well, since the people have spoken and made their decision very clear, I'd like to take a moment tonight to show everyone my new revolver, which is a Smith & Wesson 686 Plus Performance Center revolver. What? I don't gotta listen to you people. You ain't the boss of me. You ain't my mom. And like my wise old grandfather used to say, if you aren't paying my bills or my dick, then anything you tell me to do is just a suggestion because you ain't the boss of me. Your suggestions were welcome, and I liked seeing what everyone thought, but I just think this is a far better choice. In the end, when I started thinking about it, I thought, well, I don't really need the Tavor, and I think they might be coming out with an updated model here pretty soon. I would hate to buy the old one, and then they come out with the new one, and then I feel like, I wasted money on the old one, etc. So I thought, well, I don't want to get the Tavor, and plus people voted for the King Cobra, so I tried to buy a King Cobra, but everyone on gunbroker.com wants so much money for what is, quite frankly, a mediocre gun, it just wasn't worth it. In fact, I guess no one else thinks it's worth it either because the guns aren't really selling on gunbroker.com. They just keep getting listed and relisted and relisted and relisted for the same overly exaggerated price, and they just never sell, but no one ever lowers their price. This gun is just a far better gun because, like I said, the Colt King Cobra is not a great gun. It is definitely no Python. It was a gun that they really cheaped out on, and it showed. The clockwork's not the same. It just doesn't have the same finishing, the same fine details. It's just not a great gun. There's a reason I sold the last one I had, and it was because it wasn't that hot of a gun. This gun is much nicer. I love the slab side barrel. I love the unfluted cylinder. I love the exposed ejector rod down here with the little cutout, little peekaboo cutout there for the ejector rod. And this gun does have a good barrel alignment. I don't like to buy a Smith & Wesson unless I check the barrel alignment first. And luckily, this gun was for sale by a guy on a local forum. He needed to sell it, guess he needed the money. And I was able to get the gun from him, just meet him at a local FFL, look it over. That way he got his money and I got a great gun. Like I say, it is a 7-shot 357 Magnum revolver, so this would actually make a great concealed carry gun. If I was to ever quit carrying my Rhino, and I'm sorry, but I'm not going to show you my Rhino tonight. I know you all would love to see my Rhino again, because all I've been hearing lately is, wow, you just don't show the Rhino enough. We'd love to see your Rhino again, but not going to show you tonight. You just got to be happy looking at the Smith & Wesson here. So like I say, this would be a great concealed carry gun if I was ever going to stop carrying my Rhino, which I don't think I'm going to, but this gun is sharp. This is just an all-around great looking and great performing gun. You really can't beat this gun for looks or performance. It is a performance center gun. It's got an amazing trigger. It locks up tight. It's really, really nice. And like I said, the Colt King Cobra was so expensive that this was much, much cheaper. In fact, for less money than I was going to spend for the Tavor or for the Colt King Cobra, I was also able to buy my Sig Sauer P229 Legion and spend less money. I spent $38 less buying the two of these than I would have spent buying the Tavor, and $75 less buying the two of these than I would have spent buying the King Cobra. So you can't beat that deal if you ask me. I got two great guns for the price of one mediocre one. So in the end, how could I beat ending up with a great wheel gun like the Smith & Wesson 686 Plus Performance Center and a great semi-auto like the Sig Sauer P229 Legion? All for less than I would have spent on that subpar embarrassment to the Colt name, the King Cobra, or the Tavor, which I'm pretty sure is Israeli, for overpriced piece of plastic crap.